As if Airdrie didn't have enough troubles after their 7-goal drubbing at Aberdeen and their cup exit at Clydebank in the last week. Manager Alec MacDonald has to do without Walter Kidd, Kenny Black, Evan Balfour through suspension, and Chris Honor through injury. So that's very much a team born out of stretched resources. And that may put a greater onus on goalkeeper John Martin. At 34, Airdrie's longest-serving player, and a man who has frequently provided inspiration to his colleagues. He may well have that opportunity again today. Celtic manager Liam Brady shows confidence in the injury-free members of the team which scraped through in the cup against Clyde in midweek. Andy Payton and Joe Miller, though, are unfit, so Rudy Vata comes into the starting lineup, as does Frank McAvenny, who makes his debut in his second spell at Celtic Park. He represents a major gamble for Liam Brady, and surely the last chance to prove he can still perform at top level. The referee this afternoon is Bill Innes from Steps, who's in his 3rd season as a Grade 1 official and has just been nominated as 4th official for the match in March in Madrid, Atletico Madrid against Olympiacos of Greece. It'll surely be warmer and drier on that occasion. And the game declared on by virtue of the sterling work done by the Airdrie ground staff all day, but conditions are still worsening by the minute. Playing surface was scrutinised very carefully on various occasions in the last hour and a half or so by the referee before he was satisfied the game could start. But with heavy rain and sleet continuing, so clearly some concern about the match lasting 90 minutes. Certainly not ideal circumstances for Celtic to attempt to get back in the league rails. Playing on a very tight ground. It's 8 yards narrower than Celtic Park and 2 yards shorter, with heavy rain and wind. And an Airdrie team which will be fired up to get back in the rails also, without a win in their last 7 matches, in which they've only scored 1 goal. So Celtic not the only side struggling in front of goal. The kick put in by Boyd, coming off the head there of Jimmy Sanderson. Comfortable catch there by John Martin. Jimmy Sanderson clearly not in any way depressed by the conditions. Galloway's header. It's McAvenny allowing Slater to take over. They both play for West Ham United, of course. This is McNally. Long ball seeking out McAvenny. Quite content to settle down at the start of the match, well aware of the usual blistering start from Celtic at the beginning of a match. Ball skidding away to Coyne, here the first chance of the match. Excellent goalkeeping. Well, the conditions clearly fooled Caesar and allowed Coyne to go in behind him with that attempt on goal. Martin in full stretch. Right off for Caesar. Plenty of time and space here for Mark McNally. He's 21 years old. Sanderson with Watson. Watson wearing 9 but playing in central defence as one of the markers. There's John Collins, faced by Sanderson. Retaining possession well. Slater free on the left. Back again with Collins. There's McAvenny. Returned in by Coyne. It's the opening goal for Celtic. And the Airdrie players protesting about offside, but the referee checked with the linesman, and this is all right. There's McAvenny's header. He wandered over the line before, no, it squirmed away from Martin, and Coyne was on his own. Ideal start for Celtic, especially in these conditions. The goal coming in 7 minutes. The combination there of McAvenny and Coyne paying off. Alert poaching by Tommy Coyne with a fine flashing header from McAvenny. Sanderson lost it forward, looking for Owen Coyle. He's away from Gillespie. Was he held? The referee says so, yes. McNally provided the cover, but Coyle did well, turning there away from Gillespie. He certainly appeared to be held in that manoeuvre. Well, Gary Gillespie wasn't happy about this decision, but I reckon it was all right, and that deflection almost gave Airdrie the equaliser. It's a corner kick. Disappointment there for Coyle. Coyle gets the ball at the second attempt, but still can't find a teammate. Good play from midfield involving Slater and McAvenny. Bata did well. This is McNally. Slater again. Stepping away from Sanderson. Good handling again by Martin. Clear indications that Stuart Slater is in the mood and has a lot of confidence. Galloway has to be careful here with Lawrence. The wrestling goes on. The referee says 6 on one and half a dozen on the other. Allows Galloway to come forward. Trying the 1-2 with McAvenny. This is Collins. Misunderstanding there. Kirkwood playing it into space for Lawrence. And he too misjudged that, allowing Gillespie to step in. Conditions undoubtedly now playing an important part in the proceedings. Surprising there to see Galloway try to run through the water-laden midfield with the ball at his feet. Just on the half-hour mark now. Missed there by McStay, chances on here, that's great goalkeeping by Bonner. It was Jimmy Boyle who took advantage of the slip by McStay. But what great anticipation was shown by Pat Bonner. Sanderson breaking in the back for about the first time in the match. Well, it's hectic in there, I don't think keeping a close eye on things. Still saw nothing amiss with all these hefty challenges. Here comes Coyne. Martin's in trouble. Serious for Martin. Coyne was going away from the danger area. And it's the interpretation of the referee which will decide the colour of card for John Martin. It can't be a penalty kick, of course, well outside the penalty area. The referee has to decide that denied Coyne a clear goal-scoring opportunity. If he decides that, it's a red card. If not, it'll be yellow. Well, there's the interpretation, and I think, in terms of the rules, the referee's absolutely right. Well, in these conditions, John Martin committed. Clearly misjudged that. Thought he would get to the ball ahead of Tommy Coyne, who dragged the ball away. The goalkeeper sliding into the Celtic striker. It certainly wasn't a clear goal-scoring opportunity. Had Coyne stayed on his feet, he still had a great deal to do. An interpretation which will relieve John Martin, and certainly one I think is perfectly justified. Still danger though for Airdrie. McAvenny. Comfortably taken there by Martin, who's taking some abuse from the Celtic supporters at that end of the field. Free kick given to Airdrie. The referee having words with Mike Galloway. Sanderson's free kick. Led into the feet of Owen Coyle. It was well challenged by Boyd. Here's Caesar. Collins going into the tackle. That could have been a penalty. Well, the referee has chosen to give a corner kick, and I find that remarkable. Well, Alan Lawrence looking up here. Lawrence in the clear. Collins diving into that challenge. Well, that, for me, was a clear penalty kick. Well, we're in the final few seconds of the opening 45 minutes, although there has been a fair amount of injury time. The referee chooses to allow it all. That's very tough stuff indeed. Both players going for the ball, though, Galloway and Stewart, as Coyne breaks on the right. Laying it early for McAvenny. And a dream start from McAvenny, denied by the mud in front of goal. Coyne gave him a golden opportunity. As this ball came across,
sure out of the play there. McAvenny at full stretch, knocking the ball away from Martin. Well, indeed, it may have gone wide of the target anyway, but it's played away calmly by Watson. Here's Reid. Well, that's what's so farcical, the ball sticking there in the water. Stay wins it back for Celtic. Here's McAvenny. Collins with a shot. Very close indeed. A fine move involving Paul McStay initially. Then Frank McAvenny laying this into the path of Collins quite deliberately for the first time shot, which just shaves the crossbar. Helped on by John Martin's fingertip touch. Last opportunity perhaps in the first half for Celtic to snatch a second. Stuart Slater played it in. Well taken on the line there by John Martin. Vata's header. Good high corner kick. Vata going to attack the ball aggressively, getting up well here to this. Good header. Well taken by Martin. And indeed it was the last attack of the first half, which has been much more entertaining than I think we were entitled to expect in these dreadful circumstances as far as playing conditions are concerned. And for Tommy Coyne, another moment to remember, Kane, after just 7 minutes. Ball played in by John Collins, a flashing header by McAvenny, parried by John Martin, and Coyne was on the spot to make the half-time score. Airdrie 0, Celtic 1. But will we have a second half? It's in the hands of referee Innes. Well, not even these dreadful conditions can depress these Celtic supporters, enjoying the fact their side is leading by a goal to nil and looking for more in the second half. Well, the referee has made the decision for the second half that the game can continue. Well, it must be really touch and go now. The puddles forming there inside the centre circle. And in the surrounding areas now, it's getting worse by the second. Airdrie set off in an attempt to snatch something from this match, bearing in mind their potential relegation difficulties. Celtic, it's a question of restoring some faith among their supporters. Here's Davy Kirkwood. Now Stewart. Kirkwood again. Headed on there by Sanderson, and a tangle at the edge of the area. Slater and Jack. It's a free kick to Airdrie. Well, the referee appears to be enjoying himself hugely. Always good to see some smiles on a football pitch these days. Paul McStay on the end of the wall, lining it up with Pat Bonner. Referee ensuring the wall retreats enough. Coyle takes it. Well, he can be very dangerous in that position, Owen Coyle. He proved that in the first half with one which is deflected just wide. That time, though, no threat to Bonner. Jerry Craney preparing to come on. Tommy Craig drawing the linesman's attention to that. And I wonder if the feeling is that McAvenny has done enough in his first match. No, it's Tommy Coyne, who took a knock late in the first half. So Craney comes on to partner McAvenny. Control from McAvenny. Denied any space by Stewart, but an illegal challenge in the eyes of the referee, so a free kick to Celtic. McNally with a free kick. Craney goes in. Well, the referee gives a free kick to Airdrie, and he's going to take action against Jerry Craney. Well, let's see why, because Mark McNally sent over a very good free kick, a tempting ball as Martin was underneath it. In went Craney. Well, I wonder whether he thinks he handled. I don't think he did. The ball finished in the net, and Craney is being booked, and I reckon that will be for handball. And I wonder if the referee may have misjudged that. Smith going in behind McNally. Stepping inside Gillespie. It's good play. That was well hit and spilled out from Bonner. Well, Andy Smith has now made a big impact. That was good play coming inside Gary Gillespie. A very difficult shot in these conditions for any goalkeeper. Spilled out of Bonner's grasp, but he got some help in defence there. Corner kick, and the header was on target all right. It came from Paul Jack once again. Bonner had his body behind it though. Good corner kick this. Well, Jack challenging there. It may have come off a defender. Headed away there by Gillespie. Stewart forward. There's Coyle. Gillespie in command here at the back, using Pat Bonner. Oh, that's a careless one. Well, a comedy of errors in defence there for Celtic. They've come to no harm though, and they may do now. Reid tries to get away from McStay. Collins gets away from Paul Jack. A lucky man, I think. They didn't make contact with Collins. Now, frantic action there in defence. Gillespie and Bonner trying to get the ball work clear, and Bonner certainly didn't enjoy that little spell of action, I'm sure. Happy to see the ball clear. Here's Vata. McStay breaks in the right, playing it early this time for McAvenny. The chance is on for Slater. Who would believe it? Well, chances just cannot come any better than that. And Stuart Slater, who's only scored once for Celtic, had a great chance here. The ball skids away from John Martin, and he couldn't get it inside the post. Frustration for Stuart Slater. No luck in front of goal. Paul McStay. That's for Slater again, trying to knock that in behind Paul Jack, who was quick enough in the recovery. Five minutes left. Here's Slater, and denied by Martin. Took up good position there, stolen in the blind side, Slater. Right on the near post to get that touch on goal. So an offside decision here, but here was Stuart Slater. McAvenny's dummy, Slater going in behind him, and good goalkeeping by Martin. Holding up again for Paul McStay. That's Jack. Dummy by Kirkwood. There's Coyle. Coyle again. Andy Smith had to control that quickly. Good recovery work by Boyd. Had a chance there, Smith. Had he been able to control that swiftly, get a shot on target. Headed away. Reaches Caesar, blocked by Slater. On the counter-attack, Celtic. Well, this is nonsense now. Unable to bring the ball through that heavy patch in the ground. Caesar forward, and an offside flag up. So this free kick coming in injury time, helped on by Collins. Galloway again, but the final whistle goes. The match has been completed. Celtic have won by that solitary goal from Tommy Coyne in 7 minutes. They've seen Frank McAvenny make a promising return to the side, but this was all about these awful conditions, and really any advocates of summer football should have been here this afternoon. The Celtic fans, though, leaving, I'm sure, perfectly happy to have the points. There's nothing else to be gained from a match in these conditions. For McAvenny, though, a reasonably satisfactory start in Celtic colours again. Airdrie 0, Celtic 1.
Liam, content, I would imagine, with 2 points. Is that what it was all about today?
Yeah, that's what it was all about. I just said to the lads before the game that you're not going to be able to play football in this pitch. Just hit the ball in behind them and do the best we can, play with determination, and we got the point.
Now, you had your new front two, Frank McAvenny's first performance along with Tommy Coyne. What's your reaction to their performance?
Well, obviously it's difficult to judge them on that pitch, but for the first half an hour, even the first half, they looked very good together. They're very experienced players, the pair of them. They made good runs, held the ball up well when it needed to be held up. They did pretty well. I was really pleased for Frank because he's coming back. He's got a lot to prove. Pressure's on him, and he did well.
Frank, I thought you were too old to play as well as that. Were you pleased with the performance?
Yeah, I was, especially the conditions. It was a bit heavy to come back in. But, you know, I made up my mind. I was playing 90 when Tommy went off injured, so, you know, I thought I lasted well, you know, and I felt good.
Had you mixed feelings at the goal?
Well, you guys don't know. I thought it was, it was a great save of the keeper. I thought it was going in. But Tommy done what every other striker is supposed to do, you know, follow up. And put it away, so good luck to him.
You talk about fitness as being very important for you,
yeah,
playing up here. Did you realise how fit you were to last the full 90 in these conditions?
I didn't know. It's, you know, I've been training, I've not really been playing games. It's, you know, with the weather's, I would have had a few games been out. So, but I go out and, you know, the adrenaline was going with the crowd. The crowd got behind me, and it obviously helps.
What about the atmosphere on the pitch? You were here at Celtic before.
Yeah.
Was it different at all in any way? Was there a confidence problem in the team?
There was a, you know, everyone's a bit quiet, but they came out there the other day, you know, you get talking to people, you get them going, and it's, you know, you had to laugh at the conditions. It was, you know, it was one of them. You know, I've seen somebody putting up boards with marks for 10 out of diving and all that. It's quite good.
Has it convinced you that you can really do a job